Faith, family, and community. These were Bill Michelet's top 3 priorities in life. Bill was born in New Orleans in 1931 and spent much of his early years in the seminary. He was set to become a priest until a chance meeting on a softball field with Barbara Ann Martina.
He had a difficult decision to make, and he did make a decision to be a husband because I think he was that close to becoming a priest.
The union was a lasting one, as they were married for 59 years and had 4 boys, Craig, Blair, Kirk, and Scott. As a person, as a father, as a husband, Bill walked the walk.
He is, without a doubt, our role model, and each day we try to live the same way that he was with us, with our children.
You knew at the very heart that whatever Bill Michelet was speaking to you about or helping you with, that it would ultimately be for good.
As a young man, Bill served our country in the United States Army during the Korean War. Returning home, he began a 27-year career as a highly respected PR practitioner at what was then known as South Central Bell. The family moved around the state for his work, finally settling in Baton Rouge, and that is where he made his mark.
He had a vision when he first started here of making Baton Rouge bigger and wanting to get things in place that Baton Rouge would be a big play city. And he did not stop, and he worked very hard.
With that hard work and a handful of PR professionals, Bill would change the course of public relations in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the southern region. The Public Relations Association of Louisiana would soon be born.
I think PRAL to Bill was a baby that he was going to birth in a sense and grow.
He was the pilot. He was the one who led the way for our industry in our state.
He could see into the future what this profession was going to be and what role it would play and how important it was going to be.
3 of us, Bill Moore and Jack Sanders and myself, started looking at what other states did, and we found out that Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida had state organizations. And we took it upon ourselves to contact them.
Not only did he help create the organization, he led the way, winning every top award and eventually being inducted into the Southern Public Relations Hall of Fame. But to him, it was always about helping others grow.
I think at the basis of all that Bill did just lie in his faith and his kindness and his willingness and desire to do good and to always do better and to help you do good and to do better.
Bill was certainly a mentor in the public relations world for me and many, many others.
Bill is known for many things, and high on the list for Mr. Accreditation was his push to have as many members as possible get accredited.
I got that first group together and whipped them into taking the exam. It was, and I'm still doing that. I'm not getting as many folks as I would like, but I continue to think so strongly about accreditation that I do encourage public relations practitioners to do that.
Almost every meeting he would say, Delia, have you thought more about getting your certification? Have you thought more about studying for your APR? I would have never really pursued it if I had not had Bill there to, number one, encourage me, but also in many ways to hold me accountable within the profession to say, Delia, you really need to do this. This will make you better. This will improve our profession.
But PRAL was not Bill's only contribution to this community. He served numerous organizations, the Baton Rouge Press Club, the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters, the Boy Scouts of America, the Arts Council of Baton Rouge, and many more. Although Bill gave much to Baton Rouge, as a devoted family man, they always came first. After living in a house full of boys, his life changed when his first granddaughter was born.
He did not know how to handle a granddaughter, and she changed everything. Just to see the smile on his face, it was something special. He loved his grandchildren.
He was so dedicated to helping young people that PRAL, in 1994, named a college scholarship in his honor. And after his retirement, Bill got a second wind and taught a new generation of PR professionals at LSU.
He began teaching public relations at Manship School of Journalism. And of course, it was a chance once again to make that an important field. Every morning, he stood outside the door and greeted each student as they came in. But the students absolutely loved him.
And always reaching back to help students and new members to grow and to just keep the cycle going.
While Bill was a serious teacher, there was another side to him.
Bill was always a jokester. He would have more funny comments, and I think that's why we liked each other so much.
He loved being the center of attention, and a lot of that revolved around his being able to share something funny.
And that was never more true than at Bill's 1995 South Central Bell retirement roast.
When he came back from the trip, was telling one of his cohorts at the phone company about the city of San Jose, which they had visited. San Jose, and then the guy says, no, Bill, in California, the J is pronounced like an H. And then he asked Bill, he said, when were you there, by the way? And Bill said, in Hoon and Hulai.
And they go to New Orleans a lot. They have family down here. They also stay at the Monteleone a lot. They have a favorite suite at the Monteleone that they stay in a lot. Jimmy called to tell me that they were going to remodel this suite, and they were going to change it up a little bit because it's a junior suite and it has a 4-poster bed and it has mirrors on the ceiling. And so he sent me this little fragment of the mirror because he thought you might like it for a memorabilia. Now they're going to call a new one the Bill Michelet suite, and they have mirrors on all the walls.
When he left the seminary, Bill had to assess his options. What was he going to do for a living? For years, he had been sequestered in an environment that discouraged original thought, was governed by a policy that was 2,000 years old. He hadn't been fed enough, and he had taken the oath of poverty. It was obvious that he was now prepared to work in public relations.
We celebrate Bill's life, his talents, his contributions, his love of people, and our love for him.
For all of PRAL, I think we owe Bill a great debt of gratitude for moving us forward and always keeping us going forward within the profession.
He taught so many people how to communicate and how to communicate effectively on behalf of their client or their company.
I think his legacy will be that he, and it's one that I love to hear, that he is the father of public relations in Baton Rouge.